Good afternoon. This is Debbie Davis. It is December 23rd, 2025. Okay, so just wanted to do a few updates here, a few things I want to touch on. I found it very interesting what was happening in New Mexico, where this pool of blood showed up in Google Maps. Biblical omen. Okay, I don't, it's just like the Google Earth images of blood in the desert. Okay, this is something that happened in New Mexico recently. Okay, so for people that aren't aware, there's another aspect of the Epstein situation on a ranch in New Mexico. It wasn't just on the island. There was apparently he had a ranch in New Mexico. Okay, so is this like a biblical sign from God? I personally think so. Signifying blood, signifying Christ's blood. I personally think this is definitely a sign regards to that, a biblical sign regarding all of the blood, Christ's blood to cleanse that area of all that evil. I personally think that's, because it doesn't really make sense any other way. It doesn't, things like that just don't happen out of nowhere otherwise, right? So that was something that just came up a few days ago, right? And then, of course, there's still these issues in Minnesota where they just keep finding more and more fraud, and there's more investigations and indictments happening all of the time. And they know that they're using like these third-party LLCs as well. And I've talked about this part of it. And I've noticed this myself. I've noticed that there's these like some people have these fake LLCs. And I personally, and I actually did a video about this before. And I was mentioning that whole business center called The Coven in St. Paul. Okay, they all have these LLCs, and it's a business center, and they can work out of like a community, right? Community building, and run their LLC out of there. But it's The Coven, and it said right on their website, we practice casual witchcraft. There's nothing casual about witchcraft. Witchcraft is witchcraft, and there isn't anything. I used to think, I honestly didn't know myself. I thought, is there something like a white witch or a black witch? But it's all witchcraft. So there really isn't anything casual about it, and there's really no difference between white and black. You're either, well, I guess some people think, are they a Wiccan or a pagan? I don't think there's a difference. Witchcraft is witchcraft, and there's nothing casual about it. That'd be like calling yourself, I'm a casual murderer. I'm a casual serial killer. There isn't anything casual about witchcraft. And when I looked on their website, it said, a business district, different, and they all have these LLCs that work out of there. Okay. And it said on their website, we practice casual witchcraft, and it's like they have these different, Wiccan, things that happen there as well. So I had mentioned that. That there's a lot of these different fake LLCs in this area, and I personally believe, I wouldn't doubt it at all if a bunch of those are involved in the fraud. They're using like these because they have to find a way to hide the money with a fake LLC or like a fake business, and then they funnel the money through those areas. That's my understanding of what they're finding now. And there's a huge witchcraft situation here in this Minneapolis, St. Paul area. And a lot of people don't know how huge it is. I'm learning myself just in the last several years more and more about it. And it is really a problem. But it's not just here. There's also a huge witch community in Oregon, Washington, and California. If you don't know that, that's, I think Salem, Oregon is one of them. That's where the witch trials were, or something, is Salem. There are, this is real. And I've talked about this that I believe that flood in Kerrville, Texas, that was right. There was a big Wiccan witchcraft community in that area too, and I personally believe that was a sacrifice. Okay, so I don't, we have to take this seriously, but anyway, but there is some good things going on too. I mean, our economy is getting better. Our gas prices are way lower, and there's things happening regarding the Federal Reserve that has oppressed humanity for years. It has, and I'll get into this in another video, but it's really interesting the way that silver is playing a role, because the silver coins is what Judas got paid to basically sell out Jesus, right? He said, okay, the person I kiss on the cheek is Jesus, right? When the Romans were after Jesus, looking for him, and that Judas was the one who basically told on him, and they said the person I kiss on the cheek, that would be Jesus, and then the Romans then took Jesus, and then he was crucified, and apparently Jesus was paid so many silver coins. Okay, so it's interesting that now silver is playing a role in the opposite, and also silver is like, I noticed that silver is what, like when you talk about werewolves and stuff like that, apparently like a silver in the heart or something, silver knife in the heart is the only way to kill them. Okay, I think there's I really do think that there's symbology there with the silver. So I wanted to mention that, but also I was told personally by somebody from Africa regarding the witches again. I was personally told by somebody, I'm not going to say who they were, but it was somebody from Africa that told me that that it was witches that brought over the Ebola virus to Africa. That's what they were told. I don't know how they found this out. Okay, but that's what I was told by this person who was from Africa, that there was some kind of a witch coven that brought the Ebola virus to Africa, and the Ebola virus years ago, killed thousands and thousands of people there. So, this kind of stuff can't be taken lightly anymore. We can't just act like this witchcraft is not real, or try to play it off like it's hocus pocus, and have these these shirts, saying like hocus pocus, like it's like we're just doing casual witchcraft. We can't like act like it's okay anymore, and try to play it off like it's just a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. There is real evil there, and real they are very evil. It's not a joke. I mean, it's not some kind of casual thing to play around in and just have like a t-shirt like, oh, the witches are cute, or let's do a little hocus pocus on somebody or something like that. Like there's nothing funny about that. If you don't know how to break a curse on you, that curse could be on somebody their entire life, and that could ruin that person's entire life. And there's nothing funny about it, and there's nothing casual about it, and there's nothing it's very dangerous. And I just wish that the church would start speaking on this, and people would start telling more of their stories. I mean, there are people finally telling their stories, but I mean, there's things like you can make somebody fall in love with you, make somebody, it's bewitching them or whatever, but they can also do voodoo on you, with witchcraft. They can they can ruin so you can't make any money. They can there's this it sounds really crazy, but there's apparently like a toilet bowl witchcraft where they can actually somehow do something with the toilet, and so your money goes down the drain. These are really these things actually work. So we can't take it lightly anymore. But anyway, I just wanted to do a short video and wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and have Happy New Year, and so anyway, and that's my video for today, and hope all is well with everyone. God bless.